So my business went from, being with my husband, we were producing quite a bit, went to like almost nothing. I was down to like maybe 15, 20 closings a year. When I joined your program, the first following year, I was able to double that by myself. And then the following year, I was able to double that again.
So I've got Betsy here, and I'll let Betsy tell you more about her. But she has been with me for a couple of years now. One of our, we love her to death, and we've just seen just such great stuff with her in a lot of ways. Quite frankly, I was just telling her that she's lost quite a bit of weight, and not that she was ever heavy, but every time I see her, she just seems like she's shrinking. I don't know. So Betsy, tell me a little bit about your story.
Okay, so yes, thank you. I've been on a health journey for about the last 12, 14 months, and a lot of it is attributed to you. You feed us a lot of positive mindset and just looking at the overall picture. It's not just business, but personal and health and habits and things like that. And so, just kind of been taking a lot of those things incrementally and putting them into place. And yeah, so my health journey has definitely been very beneficial. I get that a lot. But thank you. So yeah, I've been with you for I'm going on 4 years this fall. So
Yeah,
yeah,
four
about three and
years.
a half years.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
three and a
remember
half
the first
years.
time you were at my home, and I remember you were nervous. Maybe I'm wrong, but I remember you being a little bit nervous. You were going through some transitions. So talk to me a little bit
Mhm.
about that. First of all, so you live in San
Yes,
Antonio, Texas.
San Antonio,
And which
Texas.
company are you from?
I'm with EXP. I had a small boutique brokerage and I transitioned over to EXP about 18 months ago. And so it's been a really great decision for me and my team. So we're with EXP now
Yes, she's
here
with
in
me
San
she's with me. Okay, so tell us a little bit about your journey. So where you're at and where you've come.
So I've been in real estate for over 23 years. When I joined you, it was just going to be about 19, 20 years or so. And I had come through a little bit of a transition with my own business. My husband and I had been partners in real estate for that whole time. And he really developed a love for construction. So he wanted to go and venture into constructing, building brand new homes. And so he's done really well for himself, but he transitioned out of the business and he, for the most part, was a big rainmaker for us. He was the one that, was out there talking. I was more back end. And so we had that tandem, that relationship. And I guess he felt confident that I could handle it myself. And for the most part, I did. Um, but it started to change, things started to kind of change for real estate. There was more and more realtors coming on the scene and I started to kind of notice like, okay, I'm losing some market share and like I'm not doing things that I know I should be doing. And so I have an IT degree. And so when I started to kind of feel that shift in my own personal business, you started to kind of pop up. And I thought, oh my gosh, I know I'm missing something. I know I'm missing something. I don't know quite what it is because as a boutique brokerage, I was on my own. I didn't have the leverage of a big brokerage company or a big team. And so I was kind of like trying to figure things out on my own. And I wasn't quite ready to join a big brokerage. But I saw you and you spoke to me. And so I hopped on the train. I said, you know what? I told my husband, I said, it's kind of going downhill from here. I'm going to make a decision whether I'm going to continue with real estate or I'm going to have to go find a corporate job. And he says, well, what do you need? And I said, I need Krista. And I said, and I've already signed up. So I'm gonna join her coaching. And he supported that. I mean, at first he was kind of hesitant because, it's a commitment and he wanted to make sure I was gonna go through with it. And so, yeah, I joined you and it really, I mean, it has been complete 180 for my business, for my mindset, for just overall. I mean, there's been a lot of parts of my life that you've affected, but for the most part, I mean, we're talking business, it's definitely been one of those areas.
Yeah. So tell me, what's different? What are you doing now? Like what's different in the evolution of your business from how you did it for 19 years and
Mhm.
what you've done the past four?
Yeah, so for the most part, I noticed that the digital marketing part of it was huge. Getting back into that market share and just really being a community market leader, showcasing small businesses, helping others, being supportive of my community. And so I started to kind of, there's so many parts of the program, right, that are so beneficial in different ways, right? But for me, it was the one thing that I'll give complete credit to is I went into a listing appointment thinking I had it because it was a friend of a referral friend, friend of a referral, right? So I went in there thinking I got this. And so I walk in there and I did not have it. I was so ill prepared. I did not have any inclination of what was going on in the market. I wasn't prepared with materials. And so when I joined your program, I just fell in love with that one part initially. I said, I know this is what I'm missing. And it was your listing presentation, basically. And so I just honed in on that. So my business went from, being with my husband, we were producing quite a bit, went to like almost nothing. I was down to like maybe 15, 20 closings a year. When I joined your program, the first following year, I was able to double that by myself. And then the following year, I was able to double that again. And so it was really a huge impact for me. And I'm in a small market in terms of nationwide. I'm in a small market, so I wasn't seeing a lot of people doing, the things that you were offering. And so I attributed that because a lot of people were saying, I see you everywhere. I see you everywhere. And I thought, okay, good. So now get me into your living room. I will do your listing. So we've had really great success with that evolution. Last year we had a transition to EXP. And so my team, we took a little bit of a dive because we were transitioning as a team together. And so it was a little bit less, but our price point was greater. And what I was sharing with you before was that I actually print out a report card and I take all the transactions that we do and I average them out and I show people like, look, this is what our average list price to sales price was, even towards the last 4 or 5 months of the year, when it kind of started slowing down,
Yeah.
we were still over 100% list price to sales price. And so, people see that and they think like, oh, there's no way I'm going to get above list price or whatever. And so with all the marketing that we do, it's been a huge success for our sellers. So they're very happy. We're very happy. And, we're picking up this year.
And it feels so good too about the confidence, like just going into a listing appointment, knowing that you're like, no one else is doing all the things. No one is an author. No one's giving a marketing plan. No one has sent them to a, 15, 17-minute marketing video to watch before you get there. Like how do you're already kind of winning before you even arrive. We say win before you arrive. Right. That's, I think, one of the best things that I hear people say is like, I have confidence now. Like, I know that I'm the best agent for the job. Like no one can beat me. And that feels really good. It's good. It's good because you want to win, but you also don't want to lose, right? Like who wants to get beat out, especially we give you the tools we can. That's so good. So what would you say, what's been the most challenging thing for you? And then secondly, what would you say has been like the biggest shift that it maybe hasn't been as challenging, but it's been a positive effect for your business?
Well, one of the biggest challenges initially was, you had a really powerful Facebook, like we were doing the Facebook ads and running Facebook ads and learning the audiences and targeting and retargeting and those things. But Facebook keeps changing, it keeps changing and it keeps like messing with you. And then, so some of those things have been a challenge. But then you've also been just so good about bringing other products and other services along that have been support, like, the funnels and the Mashore method and just all the things that you keep adding as a value to your coaching clients has been great. But I think the toughest part is you get to a point where you have to leverage other people and you have to hire assistants or you have to hire help. It's a little bit hard because you don't want to let go of that control, but it's almost, less it don't. So one of those things has been the growth has been good, but the offset is like having adequate help that is, good to help you with all of that.
Yeah,
So
because you
that's
have
been a
grown.
challenge.
That's a huge difference. But and you were doing that, and originally it was just you, right? When you doubled your business and doubled it again. So you're saying you did double and you doubled the double.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So we went from 15 to 30 to 60. And then we had I hired an assistant. I had a full-time assistant. And then I brought on a couple of teammates. And then when we switched over to EXP, we brought on even more teammates. And then we also, have a transaction coordinator. And then of course we have a videographer and a stager. So we have a whole, full service.
Yes.
So it's very necessary. It's hard to offer a really good service if you don't have that value to back it up. So yeah, we've been pretty busy. We've started the year off. We've got several listings already on the market. But yeah, we're seeing some really great success.
Ooh, that's so good. That's awesome. All right. So what would you tell somebody right now that they need to do? If there's a few things, like, what would you say? Hey, if you're wanting to do more business, here's my plan of attack. What would your advice be?
Well, one of them is pick up the phone, right? I mean, this is a relationship business. We all struggle with it. Nobody likes to, make phone calls, but it's necessary in this market. In San Antonio, we have about 15,000 real estate agents. Everybody knows a realtor, right? I'm probably in the top 3% of the realtors in the city. And that's with including like the teams that are mega teams. So I'm up there in that range, but we make phone calls. I mean, it's about relationships. It's about, we do video text messages. I encourage all of our team, we even have our lending partner. I got her like, hey, come on, send out video text messages. And so they love it. And getting just personal, get out of yourself, right? It's hard sometimes. You got to get into the office. You got to get your phone calls because no one's going to write you a check. At the end of the day, you have to do the work. So it really is just talking to people, relationship. Social media is the best way to leverage it. We do run ads for most of our all of our listings, but most of our videos and things like that. But the leverage really is in the personal relationship with people. So that's important. And then we network. Right now, we're helping the small business administration. They have a women's business council here in San Antonio. And so I volunteer to give them classes. So I do a digital marketing class, a social media class for them. And so I make a lot of relationships there. It's just really getting out, being a community market leader and just talking to people because it's a lost art. I think it's almost a lost art to have conversations.
So true. So because you're doing so much video content and you're distributing it properly, so it's actually being seen, how has that helped you with business?
So how that works for us is that we just get people that are like, I've seen you, I know where you're at, or, it takes, sometimes it's not like right away. People don't always call right away, but after a couple of times, and once they come into our funnel or into our CRM, they keep getting the things from us. And so they're feeling like, even though they're a little apprehensive at first, that distributing it properly, it's like, I don't want people that are not interested in buying a home. I want people that are looking to buy a home here in San Antonio. And so they feel that connection with you. They feel like, okay, I know them. I like them. I can trust them. She sounds like she knows what she's talking about. She's doing the work. She's showing the work. So I think that is kind of a give and take. The marketing definitely has to happen. You're a business. You have to do that. But really, you have to be your authentic self. Because the person on the video has got to be the person that shows up, right? Yes. So just being authentic and being consistent is really what's been working for us.
Consistency is huge. I see people giving up way too soon. Like they don't see it, and they don't realize like people are watching when you don't even know they're watching. Like they're watching in there because you're following them. And this has just been great, Betsy. I think thank you so much for telling people, real estate agents and lenders, what's working right now. I appreciate you. Thank you. And I'm sure that you've got you've given some great advice for people to start implementing right away.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm waiting for my book, my Stop, Snap, and Switch. I ordered it, but I had not received it yet.
Oh, I can't wait. Let me know what you think about it.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Oh, we appreciate you so much.
Thanks so much for watching my video. You can learn more about how to be a successful real estate professional by watching other videos that I have. And be sure to subscribe to my channel. And as always, make it a great home selling and buying day.